Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And today we're going to go into the book of First Chronicles, the first chapter. And the book of Chronicles, it's mainly going into like records, genealogy, and covers, like parallels the reign of David, right? So events that took place during the time period of the books of First and Second Samuel, and a bit even into Kings, right? Which Second Chronicles goes into as well. So it's somewhat of a parallel for First and Second Kings, as well as the book of First and Second Samuel. So it's right around that. The events covered in the book of First Chronicle are right around that same time. All right, but this just goes into a bit more of a record keeping of the genealogy. So this is First Chronicles chapter 1, verse 1. Genealogy from Adam. Adam, Sheth, Enos, Kenan. Now, some of the spelling, right, of the names in the book of Chronicles are slightly different at times when referring to certain individuals, but it's still the same. And sometimes some names, like guys we'll see when we get to the I don't recall if it's in this chapter, but when we get to the son of David by Abigail, I believe in the book of Chronicles, he is referred to as Daniel, but in the in the book of Second Samuel, its name is it escapes me right now, but it was a different name. Long story short, sometimes you'll see things like that, which in one case, like more than likely in the book of Chronicles, it's likely referring to maybe his official name, and then another name for him, is used in Second Samuel. Anyway, First Chronicles chapter 1, verse 1. Adam, Sheth, Enos, Kenan, Mahalaleel, Jared, Enoch, Methuselah, Lamech, Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshach, and Tyrus. And the sons of Gomer, and these are the Japhites, right? Which it is, you'll see like Gomer mentioned, I believe in in Ezekiel 38, and they dwelt right post the flood, the landing of the ark. They dwelt in times past in Asia Minor, right, and then also the islands going into Europe. A lot of the descendants of Japheth spread and dwelt around there for a period of time. All right, so Gomer and Magog and Madai, which is the forefather of the Medes. That's where you get the Medes from. And it also goes to show you that there's a difference between the Persians and the Medes. The Medes go back to Madai, which goes back to Japheth. And as we'll get to it, the Persians come from Elam, which goes back to Shem. And Javan and Tubal and Meshach and Tyrus. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, and Riphath, and Togarmah. So when you hear that Ashkenazi and so on, really the Edomites go back to Shem, okay, and not Japheth. But as we know, even throughout history, it wasn't, you couldn't put past Esau to put on the identity of these other nations, right? As he did with the Greeks, the Etruscans, the Romans, and now even today the Israelites. And the sons of Javan, Elisha, and Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. And you'll see that some of these places are similar to actual, or some of these names are similar to the names of places, and that's because they dwelt in those places. For example, the land of Canaan was called Canaan because you had a man named Canaan, right? It was the Canaanites that dwelt there. So You have actual locations and landmarks and places that were named also after the people that dwelt there. And the sons of Javan, Elisha, and Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. And the sons of Ham, Cush, and Mizraim. And Cush is where you get the Ethiopians from, the forefather of the Ethiopians. Mizraim is where the Egyptians come from. Put, and Canaan. And the sons of Cush, Seba, and Havilah, and Sabta, and Rama, and Sabtika. And the sons of Rama, Sheba, and Dedan. And Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be mighty upon the earth. And Mizraim begat Ludim, and Anamim, and Lehabim, and Naphtuhim, and Pathrusim, and Casluhim, of whom came the Philistines. And Caphtorim, and Canaan begat Zidon his firstborn, and Heth, the Jebusite also, and the Amorite, and the Girgashite, and the Hivite, and the Archite, and the Sinite, and the Arvadite, and the Zemarite, and the Hamathite. The sons of Shem, Elam, right, of who comes the Indians, East Indians, or even the Persians. Okay, so they come from Shem. And Shem's brother was Japheth, of who comes the Medes. So different nationalities of people there. And Ashur, which are the Syrians, and Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram. Oh, Salakia, Aram are the Syrians. Ashur are the where the Assyrians come from. And Uz, and Hul, and Gether, and Meshach. And Arphaxad begat Shelah, and Shelah begat Eber. And unto Eber were born 2 sons. The name of the one was Peleg, because in his, which means divide or division, because in his days the earth was divided. And his brother's name was Joktan. And Joktan begat Almodad, and Sheleph, and Hazar Maveth, and Jara, and Hadoram also, and Uzal, and Dikla, and Ebal, and Abimael, and Sheba, and Ophir, and Havilah, and Jobab. All these were the sons of Joktan. Shem, Arphaxad, Shelah, Eber, Peleg, Reu, Serug, Nahor, Terah, Abram. The same is Abraham. Okay, and this is going through that line that leads to Abraham, of whom eventually we get to Jacob. The sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Ishmael. These are their generations. The firstborn of Ishmael, Nebaioth, then Kedar, and Adbeel, and Mibsam, Mishma, and Duma, Massa, Hadad, and Tema, Jetor, Naphish, and Kedema. These are the sons of Ishmael. Now the sons of Keturah, Abraham's concubine, she bare Zimram, and Jokshan, and Midan, and Midian, and Ishbak, and Shua. And the sons of Jokshan, Sheba, and Dedan. And the sons of Midian, Ephah, and remember, these are names, right? So there are times when you're going to see repeated names. Just because you see one name doesn't mean it's the same person. And the sons of Midian, Ephah, and Ephir, and Hanok, and Abida, and Eldaah. All these are the sons of Keturah. And Abram begat Isaac. The sons of Isaac, Esau, and Israel, which is the other name for Jacob. The sons of Esau, Eliphaz, Reuel, and Jeush, and Jaalam, and Korah. The sons of Eliphaz, Teman, and Omar, Zephi, and Gatam, Kenaz, and Timnah, and Amalek. The sons of Reuel, Nahath, Zerah, Shammah, and Mizah. The sons of Seir, Lotan, and Shobal, and Zibeon, and Anah, and Dishon, and Ezer, and Dishan. And the sons of Lotan, Hori, and Homam, and Timnah was Lotan's sister. The sons of Shobal, Alian, and Manahath, and Ebal, Shaphai, and Onam. And the sons of Zibeon, Aiah, and Anna. The sons of Anna, Dishon. And the sons of Dishon, Amram, and Eshban, and Ithran, and Cheran. The sons of Azir, Bilhan, and Zavan, and Jakan. The sons of Dishan, Uz, and Aran. Now these are the kings that reigned in the land of Edom before any king reigned over the children of Israel. So remember, it was the neighboring nations, right, that Israel looked at and says, hey, we also want a king too. So the Edomites basically had kings prior to us having kings. Bela, the son of Beor, and the name of his city was Dihaba or Dinhaba. And when Bela was dead, Jobab, the son of Zerah of Basra, reigned in his stead. And when Jobab was dead, Husham of the land of the Temanites reigned in his stead. And when Husham was dead, Hadad, the son of Bedad, which smote Midian in the field of Moab, reigned in his stead, and the name of his city was Avith. And when Hadad was dead, Samlah of Masrekah reigned in his stead. And when Samlah was dead, Shaul of Rehoboth by the river reigned in his stead. And when Shaul was dead, Baal-Hanan, the son of Achbor, reigned in his stead. And when Baal-Hanan was dead, Hadad reigned in his stead. And the name of his city was Pai. And his wife's name was Mehetabel, the daughter of Matred, the daughter of Mezahab. Hadad died also, and the dukes of Edom were Duke Timnah, Duke Eliah, Duke Jetheth, Duke Aholibama, Duke Elah, Duke Pinon, Duke Kenaz, Duke Teman, Duke Mibzar, Duke Magdiel, Duke Hiram. These are the dukes of Edom. And that is the end of 1 Chronicles, the first chapter, as we went through. And for the next couple of chapters, it will be mainly just the genealogical records. But Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Recha Kodash. And until next time, Shalom.